What's up, my friends? Studio update! So this is kind of an evolving process, if you can't tell my videos. There's like weird colors, things happening, things are moving around. This color used to be over there, that color, you know, like there's just things changing. So I'm figuring out as we go. So one of the things that I had to do so that I could get this thing up and going was to make sure that I had everything taped and floated. So I taped and floated everything on the outside and on the inside of the suite. I'd never taped and floated before, so I'm sure looking at this, you're probably gonna think, oh my God, that's the worst taping and floating I've ever seen. But it is what it is. It's really just for the soundproofing more than it is for anything, and kind of just like the rigidity of holding everything together. I'm not gonna be putting any texture or anything on this for, you know, for the looks. After that, I had to put a door in. So I put the new door in. There's these cool like little L brackets now that they make for doors that you just secure these L brackets on, and then you can hang the door from the L brackets. So I did that, and then I kind of like messed it up. So I did sit and mess with adjusting the door forever. So I still can't get the damn thing to close right. I was just in too big of a hurry. So I have to go back and kind of like level the door and figure that out, because it's the hinge is not closing anymore. It did originally, it's just not anymore. Had to put a door handle on. But then, yeah, I got all the plugs, all the switches put in. I have my AC switched, so I can just come in, turn that on, turn it off, leave it at a certain setting. I have one switch that controls my overhead lights, and the overhead lights are more for just lighting behind me and kind of adding a little bit of light to the background if I need it. The rest of the lighting is going to be on a separate switch that controls all of the lighting in front of me, all of the different colored lights and the lights that go on my face and everything like that. So essentially, I'm trying to get as little impedance as possible for my recording process. So I literally walk in, hit a switch, hit a couple switches, everything's turned on, ready to go, hit record, hit the audio, you know, like, and then just go. That's all I have to do. Immediately, I can just take the SD cards out of my camera, throw them in my computer, upload them, boom, on to the next one. Just go, go, go. I want to be able to rip like that. And then obviously I had to get the background set up. So the original background that I had didn't really quite fit in the room. It was a little bit shorter of a room than whatever I had in my last setup. So I had to cut some of these, redo it. I wanted to make the decoration a little bit different, so I kind of rearranged things a little bit differently. So this is the studio as it sits, pretty swanky, right? I like the green, I like the blue. I can't leave it like that though. To record, I need more light. So I've been positioning all these different lights to try to get the lighting right. When I'm recording, if I don't have like my face be lighter than the background, then my face kind of disappears. So I've been messing around with different lighting. I've got all these switches over here. I've got dimmers. So like this is for those overhead cans. I can kind of control the lighting behind my head. Lately I've been just shutting it off. Then I've got all the rest of the lights.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Siri, you'll always be listening to my conversations.
Anyway, so I've got all of the rest of these lights kind of set up so that on my face, I'm getting the right kind of light. So this kind of yellowish light actually hits my face and makes my face look like I have some kind of like natural skin tone. But then there's this pink light over here that kind of like just gives some dimensional color. And then I have these lights pointing back at the background only, so it doesn't make my face look green or blue, but it gives some extra dimension back there. And then I have to have these like softer diffused lights in front of me, because that's the only thing that actually lights my face up and makes my face look brighter than this kind of dark background. I do have a camera that I mounted up high. I couldn't think of like a good way to do it, so I just took a tripod, flattened it out, and put one-hole straps and just strapped it. So I've got an overhead camera now, so when I'm doing code stuff, we'll have like an overhead view like this of everything that I'm doing when I'm talking about code. I got a cool mic set up. This mic is like really, really good levels. It's on this huge stand that has wheels, rolls around if I need it to. and then it goes back to an 8-channel audio interface. I'm only using 1 channel, obviously that's kind of crazy right now, but I do plan on utilizing that other wall over there for like a big touch screen or something, so I'm gonna have more things that I might do with mics. Okay, I bought some different kinds of glue. Where are the first ones? I think I threw them away. But I had this glue that I was using from Home Depot, and it was like 3M, just cheap spray on glue. And all of these pads falling off the wall, which is why you can see all these like, gaps and everything. It's not that I did a really good job of putting them all up there, but then they just keep falling off. So I had to go get some Gorilla Glue. This stuff, if you're ever putting foam padding up anywhere, this stuff works really, really well. I think the problem partially is because I don't have a textured wall, so there's not like a lot of tooth for anything to grab onto. It's just flat. But anyways, like the Gorilla Glue actually stays on really well and the stuff doesn't fall off. So we got 3 walls, almost all of 3 walls done. And then we've got some stuff on either side of the wall over there. I had to do all that because there's just this like weird white space down there on camera, so it would like look silly if you could see white underneath that table. So I covered that. Decorations, like my actual lens cuts off like right here, so there's just no point in decorating anything up there. But it kind of does annoy me that there's nothing up there, so who knows, I might add some other stuff. Still have to work on this. Like, I have a ton of other books, but when I put them here, it's like too much weight, so this thing just, like, all these things fall over. So I gotta figure that out. I like the bookends, like the bookends are really like mechanical and, you know, like technical or whatever, but I think I need to screw them down. I'm thinking about getting rid of that camera and getting a Sony FX3. That's a Sony A7 III, which is cool, but like, it's a little bit limited. There's problems with the Sony A7 III. That's a Sony A7 II. They shut off every like 29 minutes and they don't tell you that the A7 II actually beeps. That's how I know, like, oh shit, my camera just shut off. I need to stop recording. This thing doesn't make any noise. There's no clicks, there's nothing. So I'll be recording for an hour and the last 30 minutes of me talking, I had no idea, but the camera just internally shuts off. It'll still be in the on position, but the screen goes blank and I just don't even know. So I just wasted 30 minutes of my life recording stuff that I'm never gonna have. Just kind of a pain in the ass. But my recording process now is like some of the videos I'm making, I have to go up there, hit record, have that camera recording, have that camera recording, and then all of my audio is recorded separately through this interface to this desktop. So I have to make sure that I'm recording on the desktop. And then I bought 2 of these little SD card readers. So these things, I just glued onto my desktop because the ones right here, like these don't work anymore. They just constantly have problems. So I got 2 new ones. I glued them on here. They have mini SD, regular SD, but I'm constantly taking stuff from 2 cameras and putting 2 at a time in there. So I'm just dumping this and then I'm auto uploading through the internet. Now, another problem that I'm having is that my internet is too slow. So I've got free internet at this studio. It's actually the whole building has internet that's provided for us, but it's 600 download and 35 upload. So like really slow considering it's shared throughout the whole building. If there's nobody here and it's like after hours, then it's not too bad. I pretty much get that full, well, I think the fastest I've ever clocked is like 22 Mbps for my upload speeds. That's just way too slow. I'll record a bunch of stuff for like 30 minutes and try to upload it, and it'll take me like 12 hours to upload all of that stuff. So that's just not acceptable. So I'm looking at Google Fiber, but in my area, it's like $600 a month to get symmetrical 50-50. That means 50 down, 50 up. So I can still use the higher download speeds of the free internet if I ever need to, like, you know, stream or download anything that I need that speed for, but anything upload wise, it'll at least give me 50, so it'll take half the time. Plus it's gonna be completely dedicated. It's not gonna be shared with the, you know, rest of the building. That's it though! That is your studio update for now. And as I do more things, I will let you know what I'm doing. Love you crazy people. See you in the next one.
Descant music and video.